We're live.
We're live with My Dude Comedy with
My dudes.
Kyle hitting the vape over there.
Oh, is it considered a vape?
Yeah, it's a vape. It's our sponsor today, boys. The best one you ever tried, of course. I mean, look at these it's like little baby ones. They got
Hold on. What the hell does Colby have?
You didn't get this?
What? I got this weak ass box.
Open the box.
Oh, never mind. It's there.
Yours is a different guy than mine.
Yeah, I know. Huh. Interesting.
Anyways, sometimes it's hard to find a perfect vape that is simple and convenient. Blue introduced the world to vaping and is now introducing My Blue, which is the little boxes there. It's this little thing right here. Comes with a little pod. It has a range of flavors to choose from, and My Blue gives you all the satisfaction with none of the hassle. With My Blue, it's easy to use one-click liquid pods. As you see, you just pop it on in there.
You're not
like
showing.
that.
You're above the camera.
Yeah, go a little.
Am I above the camera? Am I right here?
Go to right where your
Pop
face
it.
would be. Oh yeah.
Here, pop it on in.
Insert.
There you go. It only takes 20 minutes to charge, and you're set all day. It also comes with a free limited lifetime device warranty called MyCare. Get vaping in the simplest, most convenient way today by going to myblue.com and get 10% off your first purchase of any kind of pod by using code COMEDY. That's myblue.com, discount code COMEDY. And welcome to the show.
Hell yeah. Good morning, boys.
We're Jimmy down, probably for the indefinitely, as he has more important things to do, like stream on Facebook.
AKA not give us one little heads up that it's going to conflict with the show. But hey, we'll make it work to get him on here. What is this, 2 in a row? The problem is he signed this deal with Facebook, and he streams his time 11 to 2, which is kind of a weird time to stream anyway.
Yeah, it really is.
Because he's in what time zone?
Central, same as me.
So at 11 o'clock, it is only 12 o'clock on the East Coast, right?
Yep.
So who the fuck's watching this? That's what I'm like. Why would somebody watch like at school? You know, aren't kids all in school and stuff? That's not when normal people stream, do they?
Well, if you're Ninja, you can pull 100K at any time of the day.
Yeah, that's a little different. I'm not trying to knock his stream or nothing. I just felt like I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's kind of a weird time, because even if we did a live podcast right now, like I don't think that many people would tune in, because it's just like at least back in the day when I did like YouTube stuff, I would never post like
4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's an interesting time, I would agree.
I'd rip it off at like prime time, you know.
Well, even if your audience is more like people who work, they're at a 9 to 5. You're maybe catching them for a little bit on their lunch.
Everybody except international people.
Unless you're Ken Baker, he just watches our podcast just in his cubicle when he's just like, I don't care if I get in trouble.
Ken Baker.
Speaking of that, I had my first Fortnite real life, like, holy crap, I realized I know way too much about my buddy. We went to my buddy's kid's first birthday party. It was actually at a brewery, and because he knew that's the only way to get everybody to get there. And so there was a couple people I hadn't seen in a long time. And then Ken and I were like going back and forth. And then someone was like, dude, do you guys hang out every day? And I was like, well, I mean, kind of, like, because it was like we obviously had been talking, you know, like, and then the other guy's talking. He's like, how do you know that? And I was like, well, Ken told me. And he's like, why are you, what? And I realized I played too many video games.
You see, I just figured out this last Thursday that Colby and Ken weren't like everyday hangout guys. Like me and Ken. So Ken kind of lives by me. To get to Colby's house, he kind of has to come by my house. So he picked me up to go to Colby's, and he's like, how do I get there? I'm like, what? Like,
I don't think he's only been in my house.
I thought you fucking hung out with Colby all the time. And he's like, no, I've only been here once. I'm like, what? Like, I was deceived as like they were like best fucking buddies of all time.
Yeah, I realized that video games. Well, I mean, with Burns too. Like, there's times where I'll come say something on the show, and I'll be like, well, yeah, Burns and I already talked about this for like an hour. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, your friends that you play with video games are actually like, you know, like legit, real close friends. I like it.
Dude, one time me and my friend Cody Cobb, we met this dude's named Mo, and he's a black dude. I think we started playing, what the fuck did we play? It wasn't Call of Duty. It might have been Gears of War. And like we would play with this, it might have been Gears of War and Halo, like at the same time. But you know, black people are more into Gears of War.
Obviously,
not sure why.
No,
but no, it's true. But so like we would fucking play. We were playing this. He was from Cleveland. We were just playing with. We'd talk about LeBron James and shit, and like, and then he finally was like, "Hey, I'm coming up to Seattle," and like we just like. He's like from like the hood in Cleveland and hanging out with me, like me and Cody, these two like white trash dudes, and we just got fucking like he blacked out and shit. Like he's just he almost looked like a mini like 50 Cent, just like a shorter dude. We have a picture with him, but yeah, that was one of our like best online friends. We played him for like 3 years, and then we were playing one night, and we thought it would be a good idea to play with this other buddy, Drew. Colby knows Drew.
Yeah.
And then Drew got pissed off, and he just goes, fucking N-word. And I'm like, dude. And, like, I didn't, like, lay into Drew enough, and then Mo got mad. And
he ruined your video game friendship?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
That was a sad story right there.
Because I
was all so happy until the...
I didn't get his back hard enough. Like, he wasn't calling Mo. He just, just like the typical white guy thing. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And, like, I didn't get his back hard enough, so we broke up.
There was a story a while back where a guy had been playing games with the dude for over 10 years. They never met, and he was his best man.
Oh, yeah, we wrote a couple stories about that.
Yeah, so that was like, I mean, that's like what would be like with like you and Burns. Well, only me and Burns have been like a year now, but you've technically known him for so many years, but seen him like what, twice?
Wasn't there that one story about that? There was a guy who played like Words with Friends with this like 80-year-old woman for like 3 years, and then flew down to Florida to meet her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's the one where the dude like texted the wrong number for like Thanksgiving, and then
then
he ended up going over there. It's like an old lady and like a couple black guys. It's funny.
Well, so she invited him back this year. There was a follow-up story where she had him back.
They do it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
remember.
cool.
This is not like the fun story though, but remember when that like grandpa posted that burger thing, and like he had like the 8 burgers for his 8 grandkids, and he's like, they used to come every Saturday, but now everyone's too old. But like one of the cousins came out, it was just like grandpa didn't invite anybody, he just took this picture. Like,
no, because the whole internet felt bad for him.
Yeah, and like all these famous people,
we'll spend it with you, and then it turned out that the grandpa was actually the fucking asshole.
Yeah, like he like didn't invite any of them. He just did it like this to spite them on social media or something.
Wow.
You've ever see that, Burns? Yeah, it was messed up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, because it was the famous, like it was another one of those like weird Twitter things where Twitter latches onto something so quick without all the narrative, and then a couple famous people just see what they need to see and retweet it. Like I want to say it was like Chrissy Teigen or somebody with a huge following was like, "I'll come have burgers with you," which then led all the girls to like be like, "Oh yeah, that's nice." And then it was like, well,
that's just like that one kid crying that got bullied. Like everybody's like, "Oh my god." And it turns out that he was a massive racist.
Yeah. The Colin or whatever.
His family, it was, I don't know if it was him. It was like his family. It was like a white supremacist family.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't reflect on. I mean, it kind of does reflect on him a little bit because it's.
Well, then the mom like did something shady with why she wanted the money or something. I remember that. There was another one we posted. It was a sushi restaurant. A larger lady goes off on the worker, like kind of a racist rant, but more just yelling. And then it gets posted on public freakouts and starts kind of going viral, whatnot. But then it turns out like her past was she was like a foot fetish online like cam girl. So then people like found that, and then all these pictures and videos and stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, we owned her." And I was like, "Damn, that was kind of rude on both sides."
The internet is so fucking ruthless. Like it'll be like, "Hey, look at this video of this guy getting bullied," and so you know what the internet does? They go and fucking times 1,000,000 and bully the shit out of the dude that bullied.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's what's crazy. It's like the mob mentality that we see on the internet these days is like nothing I've ever experienced.
Yeah, and they just get like a little tiny snapshot of what's going on. Like they have no, like most of the time, like there's so much more that goes into it than just that kid getting bullied. You know, it's
the internet loves witch hunts. It loves it.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
speaking of witch hunts, what happened with the? Isn't there some like Florida bomber or something going on right now?
No, it's like
Texas.
Texas.
Texas,
Like,
that's right.
they've been sending like mail bombs to like black
No, no.
families.
There's a new one today, Burns. He tripwired the sidewalk.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, look it
Was
up.
that the
Look it
one
up.
from yesterday?
Maybe that was yesterday. Hold on.
Well, there's the one from last night, but then they were showing like all the bombing areas.
That might have been last night, actually. Like a jogger hit it. Hold on, Texas bombing, and after
There's
fourth
two of
bomb,
them.
yeah. So that was the fourth one.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
Yeah.
Unabomber situation again.
Yeah, this is from 2 minutes ago. Fourth blast in Austin leads police to believe a serial bomber is
Yeah,
on the loose.
sophisticated serial bomber may have been triggered by a tripwire.
Yeah. So let's talk about first of all how crazy this is. Like to just get nowadays, getting a package on your door is just so common and easy that you like people deliver packages here. I don't know if they do this where you are, Burns, but like with Amazon here, some dude will just pull up in like a Honda Civic and just drop off my package.
Yeah, it's
know?
probably like those like same day delivery type people.
Yeah.
Because they have
So-
that like in Minneapolis where you can order food on Amazon, someone go pick it up for you. And
Yeah. So it's just like an Uber type guy, like just any car. It's not like a UPS or something. So you wouldn't nowadays. You wouldn't think like, oh man.
so this guy might be like an Amazon worker or something. That's just-
Yeah. Or I mean, like not, or just look like he is. Like you, I wouldn't know the difference if it was a UPS, or I mean, obviously UPS, but like just some dude in a van rolls up and drops a package off. Like I wouldn't be like, that seems iffy.
Yeah,
Like, I just
imagine-
would- yeah.
Imagine that situation, like you just got a package in the mail and you're like, because at one point we were ordering so much shit off Amazon where it's like, I have no fucking clue what I'm opening right now. I don't remember ordering this, And then so you're kind of excited like Christmas in a way, and you're like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm about to get something awesome. And then you open it and it just explodes. Like,
Talk about a bad way to go out. I mean, like rest in peace to these people.
well, I don't think, have these people been dying though? I don't know if they've been dying.
Here, let me open the article. Probably should open it before I say. I'm just saying, like, let's say they're not dying. Can you imagine like opening that and then just getting like blasted? That just sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Can you imagine like being the dude that's just making these random bombs? Just like, why is that? I don't understand. Like, how fucked up of a person do you have to be in order to like set this shit up?
Yeah, 2 men injured is all. Well,
Yeah.
is all.
Yeah. So shit's going down. It could be but it's funny because they're like either they usually find these people really fast or it takes forever. Isn't that fucking like everything? Like,
You're either gonna win this game or you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
The team who scores more points is probably gonna win this game.
yeah. But yeah, Dave
glad
and
I'm not
Buster.
on a TV show.
Me and Colby went to Dave and Buster's this last Thursday for March Madness after the show, and I got pretty fucking annihilated.
Tell Burns.
Well, I don't know what to tell. Like, what did I? Did I do something wrong?
No, but it was just
Okay.
funny.
No, I just got like because they do like these 100-ounce towers of beers, and how many did we do? 4 or 5.
4.5. They took half of it.
They took it.
Yeah, they took half of our thing. We got cut off in a way.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah,
Well,
because didn't we leave and come back?
Yeah, 'cause we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we went to go like play games and stuff, but I was all fucking cross-eyed and shit. And I am proud of myself because I got home and I laid down in bed and I popped right up. I'm like, oh no, like fucking spin central. But then I went upstairs, getting my puke prep game on. But I held it down, or at least I think, unless I completely forgot that I puked. But no, I don't think I puked.
Dave and Buster's, Burns, if you have one close to you,
Yeah, there's
is
one.
worth the price of admission, which is free.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, the games are kind of cool. It's all right. It's just cool because there's a shitload of TVs, and
Yeah, I just like the atmosphere.
I feel like we
Although,
barely
yeah.
even watch the basketball games though.
This has been a crazy tournament. By the way,
Shout out to Baltimore County.
dude, yeah, until last night, that was awesome though.
Dude, my bracket's fucked. The championship game is already. Both people are out.
Oh man, don't feel bad, dude. That's if you look at. I'm pulling up the tournament challenge now. It was at one point our entire do comedy bracket was like just looking just pitiful. But some people are doing a lot better. Like, so right now I'm in the 66th percentile, right? So you're like, oh, that's not terrible. But then you start looking at how many points I'm going to score
Dude,
coming up. I have one team left in my final four.
I'm in the fucking 10 percentile. Mine is fucked. I'm in
But yeah, it's
in
but
our
like,
bracket. I'm in 120th place out of like 140, and there's like 10 people that didn't enter a bracket.
yeah, see, like I'm doing okay now because I picked well in the 64, but in this Sweet 16, I'm going to lose all of these points. All right, leaderboard guy who's leading right now, who has a really good bracket. Okay, this guy does have a name. Our Star Junior, Zach in second place. Gonzaga, Clemson, both national champions alive, and then we actually have a couple of guys who are doing really well.
You don't want
This
to take
guy's
that upset?
I mean, this guy right here is in the top 100, like in the top 100% of our. Oh,
You're not looking at our bracket. You're looking at the leaderboard.
I'm looking at the leaderboard.
Well, that's how you started saying that name. Then I'm looking at the leaderboard. I'm like, oh,
Okay, so this guy's still not bad though. The guy on the top of ours is go Leafs go 2-1. He's in the 99.8 percentile right now, but his national champion is out. The guy in second place, the Monster, he has less points right now, but has Purdue as his national champ, so he still could win. This guy was Jimmy's lost high school ring in fourth place. Had an amazing start, but yeah, it's just crazy. I want to see how bad I'm doing.
How bad does Virginia have to feel losing to a 16 seed like that? Like Baltimore County, really? They lost to Albany by 40 earlier this year.
Not just lost, they got destroyed, dude.
They lost by 20.
I wish they would have won last night though. That would have been just I mean, it was fucking close. They must play really good defense because I mean, when I turned on the game, there's 2 minutes left and it was like 40 to 44 or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Because when I watched the Virginia game, I turned it on. I'm like, there's fucking 2 minutes and a half and it's 12-8 or something, just stupid. Like
they must play like super slow and super good defense.
Yeah.
The Virginia thing is wild. So I read it on Twitter, the like percentage chance, like based off of Virginia's season. So they lost 2 games and the whole season. And like the percentage chance for this team, like Burns said, who had been beat twice by over 20, was like less than a half of a percent that it would even be like within 20 points. And they won the game.
That's
crazy. Like you can't make an equivalent like unless you do if you had like a USA NFL team and then went and had them play like against China's best team is what they were saying, like the equivalent of that little of a percent was. That's just statistically speaking. Obviously basketball is a different sport.
Yeah.
But isn't that insane? It's like taking an all-star team and then making them go play like the D2 like a D2 team. It's just nuts.
And then the dude on their team was dropping all the Fortnite shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of FaceTime
Ninja,
I was so close to my first solo victory last night.
Isn't it worse? It's worse losing, man.
See, I figured out my style. My style plays a little different. I don't there's a handful of people. I don't like building shit. Like maybe towards the end I do. But, like, when you build something, that just shows me that somebody's in the area, you know? So if I start building something, like, most people spot that, and they're like, okay, there's a guy fucking right there. But I, like, hide behind shit, you know, until, like, shit hits the fan, and then I start power building. But, like, until then, like we were playing, like, there's 3 guys left, and these dudes built these fucking monster towers, and, and so I'm watching them fight from behind, like, a little fucking cliff. And then I came up behind one of them, popped. But then it kind of fucked me for like the 1v1 because, he had rockets and hit me with a direct shot. But he ran over to the other dude's base that I snuck up on. He was in the top of it looking down on me. But my building skills just aren't like, I mean, it's decent, but I can't like, in 10 seconds build up a fucking 6-story building,
Neither Burns didn't used to be able to, but now he can.
Yeah, I mean, the only time you really need to know how to build is if you're going up against a good player.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't particularly like to build early as well, like a 1x1 or anything. When I won my first solo on PS, all I did is so the storm was like kind of on the outside, and I saw a dude, And I used to always shoot the dude right when I saw him, but I'm like, you know what? He doesn't know I'm behind him. So I just trailed him. And then I watched him build like a decent sized base, like, 3x3 wide and then 3 tall, and then built stairs on both sides. Then as he was building the stairs, like facing where the storm was, I built stairs right behind his, then came in and just blast, like, But then I didn't engage anybody. I waited and watched them all kind of get closer to me, and then I got a favorable storm. And then there was the guy who was hiding below my base, and it took all of my willpower not to just like jump down and kill him. But I knew he was hiding from somebody. And then sure enough, the guy built up, fought him, then built underneath my base, chopped it down, put his cozy campfire, and I shotgun blasted him in the face. He's probably so pissed.
You see that? You see the new Blitz mode? I played a couple of games of it early. It's crazy.
What do you do?
So like, after the like it starts with the second circle.
Oh, so you gotta land in the circle?
So you can land outside the circle, but the second the 1 minute timer is up from the bus going by, the storm starts moving.
Oh shit.
Oh, what?
Damn. I'm at
so it's already like second circle. Yeah.
That is tight.
I
know we always talk about Fortnite, and I'm like, people probably are bored of that. But then I see like the trends and stuff, and like we were just saying with the basketball, like those dudes said that, oh, well, we're better because we like that's like winning your first Fortnite game. Like it's not just us, it's everywhere.
Yeah. There's nothing more rewarding than like when you first land and you see a dude off in the distance and you fucking just stalk the shit out of him, and then you just getting like you're just in its own like it's like its own like 1v1 inside of a 100-person game. Yeah. You just stalk them, and then once you finally like get in a little gunfight and you beat them, or like somebody hits you first and you fucking build real quick and then you pop. It's just fucking, it's just so rewarding. Just to even when you just shoot somebody and it says like 33 damage,
Yeah.
Burns, what's your most rewarding thing that you like the most? Shotgun blast to the face, a build war?
I like build fights. I think they're fun.
They just need to put in it's so stupid to me. It's the most frustrating part of it. Like, why is there in the load screen? Why the fuck is there no?
Oh yeah,
full.
They should let you practice building.
Yeah,
or a private lobby. You can go in and just practice building.
So you know what we used to do, Kyle? What me and Ken would do is we would go drop Wailing Woods before there was like ever challenges and stuff, and then we would just go to Wailing Woods and chop down a bunch of trees and then just build in there. But then they started putting like challenges and stuff, so then all of our places where we used to go to the outskirts and whatnot like screwed us.
I haven't focused on one challenge at all.
Man. All right, there's no point. Yeah, you just got to keep getting better at the game. You've already gotten a lot better.
Oh yeah, when we were at Dave and Buster's, I fucking drunk booked a trip to Arizona tomorrow.
Yeah,
still
where are you going there for? Just gonna go dirt bike ride or what?
No, to play golf and watch spring training. But the most fucked up part about it. So let me tell the story.
Kyle got like double bluffed. He called, both of his bluffs got called, and I was there and witnessed it. And I was just like,
yeah. So little backstory. I was supposed to be in Arizona right fucking now and coming home today. It was my buddy's 30th birthday that he planned back, a while ago. He planned for everybody to go to Vegas at first, and then everybody bailed, I guess. But then he had a 30th birthday party. And like had people come and everything, a local one. So I'm like, okay, cool. So nobody's going to this other thing. Then he plans a secondary 30th birthday party to Arizona to watch Mariners spring training and play golf. So we would have left this last Friday and came back Monday. But weekends aren't like, I'm okay to do shit during the week because my wife is at work and we got a nanny and stuff. But like to leave my wife with the kids for like a full weekend is like kind of a dick move on my part. And so she wasn't too happy about me leaving for the weekend. So I was like, sorry, dude, like I can't go. And then his last ditch effort was like, hey, this buddy there. Well, so it wasn't just a guy's trip. First of all, girls were going and like wives.
Like, everyone's like, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So there's like a couple single like girls and stuff. I'm like, that looks weird. Like staying in a house with, a bunch of girls and stuff. And like my buddy went with his wife. But I mean, even Rachel's like, that's weird. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go. So he had a friend whose girlfriend was coming, but his girlfriend bailed. So they had, he didn't say if it was free or not, but he said he had an open ticket. And I still was like, sorry, dude, I can't, And so fast forward to fucking Dave and Buster's. Now our friend Bryant and Jared, they just told us that they're going to Arizona, and he's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "No, dude, I can't afford that shit right now." Yada yada yada. And he's like,
First bluff.
"Yeah." He's like, "I'll buy it." I'm like, "Fuck."
No. Then he got you with something else. Then he said, he caught you with, I have to, or something. You said something like you couldn't like leave or something, but then he said something else, and then you go, well, yeah, I guess. And he goes, so you can't go to Arizona, and you were like, have you booked it?
No, I said to him, I'm like, because I said like, yeah, I'm not like. So I said first, I just told like my fucking best man at my wedding I couldn't go to Arizona. And then I said like, yeah, I'm just like, I can't just go for a fucking week and I hadn't even talked to my wife, and so he's just like, well, we get 24 hours. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So I was like, I have to ask Rachel, like, I can't just fucking go, and so I'm just shit faced. My plan was for him to, he booked it for me with his flight miles, and he's like, we got 24 hours to cancel it, So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to fucking bring this up to Rachel tonight because I'm fucked up right now. And like, that's a terrible timing,
Yeah.
And then so literally 2 minutes after he books it, I haven't said shit to anybody. I get a text from my wife. She's like, please tell me you didn't book a trip to Arizona. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I was in the back seat. I was just like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, this was still at Dave & Buster's, right?
We had just got.
No, it was she texted me at Dave & Buster's.
Oh, I thought I was in the back
immediately after. No, we booked it when we were at Dave & Buster's. What the fuck? Were you making shit up?
No, I thought Jared snitched on you when we were on the way home.
No, so Bryant sent a screenshot of the confirmation to Jared right after he did it because Jared was going. And he's like, Kyle's in. And so he immediately sent it to Lauren, his wife, who was fucking hanging out with my wife at that exact moment and fucking showed her. I mean, it's not like I didn't even think it. Wasn't even trying to keep it a secret, but I'm just like, I was so fucked up. I'm like, this would be a terrible time to try and talk to her about this. and I still, in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm going to lead off with, okay, like, this is what happened. I got 24 hours to cancel it. Well, probably, it's the next day, so probably 12 hours now.
Yeah.
And so we're good. Like, but it's hard to fucking, now it seems like I'm keeping a secret because I didn't say shit to her, immediately after it happened, which basically with him booking it, he was just like, hey, you're going, I booked it. I'm like, and he's like, ask me my information. We'd been drinking since 11:30, and this was like 3 or 4 o'clock now. Like, I'm fucking annihilated. And so, yeah. So I've been a slave for the last couple days.
And Kyle will probably not be on the show on Thursday unless he does it. Oh, you can do it live from Arizona.
I do it from my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it was. So was Birds here when we figured that out?
Yeah, I was here.
There's the three of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So that'd be. I'll do it a little bit. It'd be cool.
Do it from the golf course.
Yeah, I think we're golfing every day. I gotta figure out my back. I might get hooked on Vicodin because my fucking back has been jacked up.
Dude, okay, you know how I always talk about shows to watch on Netflix? Take Your Pill is a Netflix documentary about Adderall. Oh, man, dude. Just watch that when you have an hour and 22 minutes. Netflix is doing an amazing job of, like, teaching me stuff. Like, the Dirty Money ones.
Yeah.
I was so addicted to watching all those. Like, then my head starts thinking about, like, oh, man, is this a scam? Is this this? Is this that? And then I watched a follow-up to one of those, and then Take Your Pill popped up as, like, you might want to watch this, 2018, new one. Started watching that, and I'm just like, my mind is blown.
What's that one about?
It's just like, so it kind of goes through like the history of Adderall and how it was like at one point socially acceptable, and then people started saying it's meth, and then it's like how they stopped.
It's basically like speed.
Yeah. And then, but they were saying like, so they have like the psychologists and stuff being like, technically, as far as like your brain chemicals and like scientific, it's not like nothing it's doing is like bad for you, but it's just like anything else that's, like too much Tylenol or like any like cocaine, obviously, like you can get addicted to it. And now like what's happening, they're saying that what started off as something that was for kids to like, get through school and stuff. Now the most like biggest user are like stay-at-home moms and everything because they've just been so addicted to like, that's how their brain is being used on it. But it's crazy.
Stay-at-home moms just be popping pills now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I didn't know this, so I might butcher some of this, but I have a strong feeling there's no scientists listening right now. But So amphetamine, like to make the Adderall, like it's just the 7 chemical breakdown, and then methamphetamine, which is like crystal meth, like legit, like I'm cooking meth or whatever. All it is. So it's the same 7 chemical breakdowns, but then off of the last chemical is like the meth part of it. So like Adderall is the exact same thing minus like the little bit of meth. So you're basically like taking meth, but they said it's like 1/20th of, it's like a drop. Like, if you take a 20 milligram Adderall, it's like you're taking like a drop of meth in a way, like, but it's just like weird to think about. Like when I was a kid, and I had ADHD, like my mom wouldn't let me take the Ritalin stuff, even though I was like prescribed it, because someone was like, oh, you don't know what the long-term effects of that are going to be. But they were legit going to pump me full of meth back in like
that's like the number one. That's like the number one drug to sell on college campuses.
Yeah, so they have college kids and stuff on there, like talking about how they got it and how they like.
My brother used to. I don't know. Maybe he still takes it, but he used to, when he went to college, he was prescribed the Adderall or whatever, and like he could sell like a pill for like $50 during finals week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
that's what the girl was saying.
The funniest thing about that is he left his prescription at home one weekend, and my mom tried to mail it to him. That's illegal. Can't do that.
Can't do that, Mom. Yeah, they were saying
it got snatched out of the mail real quick.
They were saying like people will go openly like on like Facebooks and Instagrams and stuff, just being like, anyone got a blue like I can get. And then the girl who admits to like illegally getting Adderall like in college, she's just like, I don't think a lot of us realize that we're publicly broadcasting like that we want illegal drugs. Like, but I don't think like we put it together. Like this is just as bad as asking.
What was the call for it? You got a blue?
Yeah, like you got a blue for me, and that's just like the blue is like the Adderall, I think like she's on her Facebook feed, and she's just like, oh, here's somebody else asking for Adderall, right here, like literally on public, like, and they blur the dude's face on public Facebook, and he's like, she goes, I mean, and people do it all the time because they don't realize like this is an illegal drug here.
They fucking realize they
just need it. They're fiending.
It's like this funny I haven't had much like close hand experience with like drug addicts, but like they don't give a fuck. Like they don't care if it's if they have to like it could be like their last resort and be like, okay, I need this shit, so I'm gonna broadcast it on Facebook and see if I can hook up with something.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you're down to the wire type thing too, and obviously you're have enough of it that you are, like you were saying, like addicted to it, and you gotta where gun to head, where's the one place someone at least is going to respond to you is on your social media.
Yeah, it just sucks. They don't care if they look like a piece of shit either. They're just like, I need my fucking pill.
Yeah.
So speaking of Facebook, last night it could have been so much fucking better, but there was a girl accidentally pressed live on her Facebook stuff from her phone and didn't know it. And she was like hanging out in her bedroom and shit. I don't know what she was talking to people. I don't know if she was, and it was like pretty late at night, like 9:30. Like it could have been the fucking worst setup for like what if they would have started having sex or something and it would have been live on Facebook? Because she just like pocket dialed her live button, but it wasn't in her pocket. It was like on her bed. And like you could kind of see shit that was going on, but it would have been so fucking crazy.
You knew the girl. It was just random.
Yeah, you might know her, Allie, or why would I say her name?
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah. I knew her.
I didn't know if it was like you saw it, like because there's been one time on like that happened, and then someone tweeted it out. It was like a girl, and then she didn't know her phone was live, and everyone was just like on Periscope, and everyone was just like tuning in, watching. Like, what did she doesn't know she's live?
Yeah, well, that's what I was like. I was like, fuck. Well, like, what if they just start banging or something? Or what if she's like just talking shit about somebody? Like,
right?
Or starts doing meth,
but nothing happened. She was just like normal conversation.
Yeah, and then I was watching it, and then it ended, and then she's like, I didn't realize I could butt dial and fucking yada yada yada, but it would have been cool.
Instagram Live is super easy to accidentally go on to too now. Like you just scroll like to where it used to be your messages, and then the next thing you know, it's like hit this button, go live. I'm like, ah,
yeah. Or you actually scroll to the left and it's just like face cam, and you're like, God damn, that's what I look like. Fuck,
doing this.
Yeah. Damn, this was a fast 35 minutes.
Let's talk about this. Is another. I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you guys
the
see
push?
No, well, you guys got to watch that though.
I started
Did you watch
watching
it?
it.
Did you see what happened with Glenn Big Baby Davis?
Oh yeah,
And then how he got arrested? And then he posted that weird ass private jet Popeyes video.
yeah.
Is it okay? I know we've already talked a lot about social media and stuff, but isn't it weird that like I wasn't really phased by like how like this is like a cry for help? Like this is bizarre. Like he looks insane. He's eating Popeyes with $92,000 in 20s in a briefcase on a private jet with his championship ring on him. But it's just like nowadays it's like, oh, that's kind of normal, like whatever, you know. But like if this would have happened 5 years ago, someone would have been like, lock him up, like something's wrong.
How much weed did he have on? Like 120 grams or something?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of weed, and he had $92,000 in a briefcase and like a ledger supposedly of like people who owed him money.
What?
Wow.
But then he was like in the video, he's like, I do it all legal, man. It's all legit. Like I'm legit. I'll have my day in court. It's like
He's like, don't believe the internet.
yeah, as you're on the internet eating Popeyes.
Yeah, he's like slurping down. He's like got fucking chicken all over his fingers and his face.
But like, if 5 years ago, if that came out, a former NBA player, like then that was out, we'd be like, oh man, we gotta like, someone's got to go check on this dude. Like, he's crazy. He's gone crazy. Nah, it's just normal nowadays.
Hey, Kobe, tell us about that big money you won. A little prop bet.
Yeah, my buddies in Vegas. It was the hockey game Burns was gonna go to, and he lives next door to. Is he still the best player on their team?
He's second in goals on the team.
So they were like, "Hey, you got to bet on this kid from Minnesota to score a goal. It's plus 200 for it, whatever." And
It's his hometown, so
so they knew he would show. They knew he'd show out. He had like 25 tickets for his family, and I was like, oh, I don't know anything about hockey, but it's my buddy Shed. I'm like, deal. So I put it on there.
He sniped one in the first period.
Yeah, and he scored. He just goes, "Well, that was easy," and I was like, oh, I don't have to watch. Like
Well,
I was watching.
How much you bet and how much did you make?
150 made 3. But then I lost all of that, full disclosure, in March Madness. So,
Oh my god, dude! You were making more bets, like.
oh no, I mean
per
once I
game?
won, yeah, once I won those ones, then I just started. I was like, oh, I'll put some on this Michigan State
Dude,
over.
you got
That's
fucking
crazy
problems.
for Vegas's crowd. Is it like? Does your friend say it's like mostly away fans there? Because it was like a home game for Minnesota there.
Yeah, not
Or does it
not
seem like
every,
on TV? But-
yeah, not every game, but when I was talking to him, because they built some of the suites there, so they'll like, and I'll ask him if it's more just like a tourist attraction. He said that some teams will bring like Canada teams will like fill up most of the arena.
yeah.
But, like if it's a normal like Knights versus like a closer like Phoenix maybe
Yeah.
whatever, it's like not it's still like a lot of Knights fans.
Well,
It seems fun.
Just think about it though. I mean, it's like most people that are in Vegas aren't originally like from Vegas, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so if I had like to see like a sports team going there, I'd be like, fuck, let's go watch it there, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Or if you're, like,
Or-
if you're like someone who does like one road trip a year and Vegas is a new team, that's on. You're like, that's the one we're going to.
Yeah, exactly. Because then
Yeah.
you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, like Gabe goes to one away Seahawk game every year, and if you had your choice and you could go to Vegas and watch the Raiders versus the Seahawks, it's not just him doing that. Like, yeah, I think the NFL it's going to be crazy how many like it's going to be away games for a lot of them. Like the teams that travel really good, like Minnesota. Like, oh, I get to go.
There was one.
Vegas.
There was,
It's warm.
yeah, there was one game a couple of years ago where there's already like a lot of like retired people from Minnesota that live in Arizona, so it's always a lot of Wild fans at the Arizona games. But it was like the middle of December, so it's freezing here. The Vikings were playing the Cardinals on Thursday night, and the Wild were playing across the street the next night. So it was just we went down there for that. Like the plane was just packed with Vikings and Wild fans. It was like a home game.
Get out of the cold, man. Let's talk about bandwagon fans really quick. I hate the people I hate more than bandwagon fans.
People that say you're a bandwagon fan.
Yeah, like who made you the police, dude?
Yeah, it's like the theory makes no fucking sense. Like,
no,
like, what makes
zero?
Like, I mean, I guess I understand if I was like a fan of like the Patriots out of nowhere for no reason. Like, that's fucking weird, you know.
Yeah.
But like, people will say all Seahawks fans are bandwagon fans since they became good for the last like 6 years, you know. But it doesn't make fucking sense. Like, like I'm a Mariners fan, but I don't like root for them when they fucking suck. Like I honestly,
Well, it's always you're always gonna get fans that jump on the bandwagon late in the season. Like the Twins play like all season. Like I don't pay attention to them all season, but if they're gonna be in the playoffs, like
yeah,
I'm watching.
exactly.
I'm watching.
But that doesn't make you a bandwagon
Yeah.
fan,
Yeah,
which is just so.
I think more of a bandwagon fan is like what Kyle said with like Patriots. Like if you live in like Washington and you have the Seahawks and they're like, oh, the Patriots are so good. I'm a fan of theirs now.
Yeah, or like when who was it a couple of years ago that started it wasn't the Warriors. But okay, we'll use the Warriors as an example. Like when the Warriors started getting really good, if I would like just deck out my office in Warriors gear and stuff, and like that's still not a bandwagon fan to me because like what if I really liked Curry and Klay Thompson before they got there? Now two of my favorite players are there. You know, it's just weird. And the people who call people out are bigger douches than bandwagon fans.
There's a lot of bandwagon fans even in Minnesota for the Wild because there's a lot of people that pay attention to football, and then once football's over in January, there's a lot more attention in the Wild.
Seahawks fans have got to be the biggest fags by far.
Yeah.
Like what?
I agree. 100%.
Like fans of the same team arguing about who's the bigger
fan.
I if you fucking try to argue with anybody about who's a bigger fan, you are a complete faggot. Not from a gay standpoint. Like
it happens
you're
with
fucking retarded.
It happens with music too. Oh, I was a fan of this band before they made it big. Man.
Yeah. But I mean,
but it doesn't make you a bigger fan, like at all.
Yeah. What? Like some people think like okay, like it's like my stepdad. I call him like a cornball fan because he like awkwardly roots. Like just like gets wild and like yells and stuff, even though I can tell it's not like authentic, you know. He just wants to make it seem like he's a big fan, right?
Like 2nd and 8, there's a sack type.
Yeah,
yell.
I feel like me and Colby are really similar. It's like we're big Seahawks fans, but it's not like we fucking walk around wearing all the gear, all like fucking stickers on our car. Like I just want them to win, and that's about it. Like I don't need to fucking. Yeah. I don't walk around like, you know, decked out in Seahawks gear, you know, calling people bandwagon fans or fair weather fans. The Seahawks have hands down probably got to be the worst.
Well, I think I've talked about why I became a Bucks fan was just because the petition to ban at the time the reigning Super Bowl MVP Cam Newton, and like 12 or 18 whatever thousand people signed this change.org thing to ban Cam Newton because he ripped down a sign at their stadium. Like it was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen. And then to see that much support of it, I was like, I got to get away from this, man. I got to get away.
Yeah. And then there's like, you know, like fair weather fans. Like, well, no shit. The Mariners have fucking sucked dick since 2001.
Forever.
They haven't made the playoffs since 2001, I believe. So why the fuck would I root for them? I mean, I root for them. I watch the beginning of every single season. But when they're fucking, you know, 60 and 80, like, I'm not going to fucking sit there and root for them like they're about to make the playoffs, you know? Like, no shit, fair weather fans. Like, you root for your team when there's a chance to, like, make it somewhere. Like at that point, I'd rather just have them lose a shitload, you know, for, you know, their draft stock. But it's just, like, people think to be a true fan.
You got to be at every game, Kyle, even when they suck.
Yeah, you didn't watch that guy pitch, though.
Yeah, it's like with me. Like if the Wild all of a sudden started being so dog shit that they were missing the playoffs, I'm probably not renewing my seats.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you waste you want to see your team win? Like,
right?
Like that's actually how your team starts winning again. Is like, okay, we're missing out on attendance. Let's fucking add this free agent. Let's fucking draft this guy.
That's what the Wild did too. Like there used to be like the longest waiting list to get season tickets in Minnesota for the hockey team. Like you'd have to wait like at least 5 years minimum. And then they had a spurt where they didn't make the playoffs for 5 years in a row, and you could easily get season tickets. And then they signed 2 big name free agents, and you can't find a seat anywhere.
Yeah, and what's crazy though is there's somebody somewhere that's sitting there and he'll like talk down to other fans of the same team. You're rooting for the same team. There's no award for you being a bigger fan than me for one team. I want to bring this up too. So what Kyle was saying about the Mariners. So it said when the Ravens lost yesterday, it opened the door for the Buffalo Bills to make the postseason for the first time since 1999. After
Mariners
that happened,
are the worst now.
Yeah, now the Seattle Mariners at 16 seasons have the longest active playoff droughts. 16 seasons.
Think of this though. In 2001, they were record-wise the best team fucking ever.
Ever with Ichiro, right?
116 wins, and they have not made the playoffs since then. Talk about a fucking blue ball.
Did they get bounced first round that year too?
Probably first or second.
Did.
They won every single series, I believe. Every single series. Like
it was something wild.
I don't know if they lost like 2 in a row. Maybe not 3, but yeah. And then they just haven't made the playoffs since. How fucking pathetic is that?
So the Timberwolves got to be second then.
Timberwolves are 13.
Yeah, 13.
So they're fourth.
They'll make it this year though, right?
Yeah. I think
now they're selling out Target Center. Are those people bandwagon fans because they haven't watched the team in over a decade?
You want to watch your team win. Like why support a team that's not attempting to make the playoffs?
Every year.
Yeah,
why show up and give them your money when they're not fucking putting it back in their program? You know, I mean, like a couple years, okay, like it's not like for the Seahawks they missed the playoffs, but you're talking like for like the Mariners 16 fucking years. Like why? Like sports basically, maybe besides like the NBA, I would say, are designed for you to get the good players in and, you know, give your team a chance to make the playoffs.
There's no salary cap in baseball. They have no excuse to not spend money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and baseball is different though. There's way more, you know, above par players than there are, you know, like basketball. There's really there's people that, you know, put up good numbers, but doesn't mean they're like a playoff type of caliber player. But and then same with like football. Football is, you know, pretty much designed, you know, to cycle in teams in and out of the playoffs. But like baseball, they fucking set you up to do it, and you haven't done it in 16 fucking years. And like baseball can be super random. You can have a really good team, like play dog shit, or you can have a dog shit team play well, and to not fucking make the playoffs in 16 fucking years is insane. Why should I go there and give them my money, you know?
Or if they come out of the gates here hot, you'll probably jump on that bandwagon.
No, that's how it is every year though. They start hot. I go to the, you know, I'll typically go to like opening day and like you know, go to 3-4 Mariners games a year, just not really to watch the game, just to like get out and do something. You know?
Baseball's more like going out and having a drink and just hanging out outside.
Yeah, $9 beer.
But like Seahawks, I don't like going to the game because I actually truly enjoy like every aspect of watching the game. So I don't like baseball. Like fucking like 30% of the time they're not actually playing. You know, probably not even that. You know, like if you go like per pitch and play. So I mean, yeah, but it's fun just to go out there and do something. But they're dog shit. Like who the fuck wants to watch a dog shit team? Not they haven't been dog shit. They've been like on like, you know, close every single year for the last couple of years. But
it is always get your hopes up, and then they poop on all my friends' hearts, man.
Yeah.
So I got Jimmy's stream, just opened it.
How many?
Right now has 571 live viewers.
No way.
He has 2 kills, and Facebook did a thing right here that says, make sure you share Chaos X Silencer if you're enjoying the stream, and they put like a little follow thing in his chat. So, hey, good for him.
Damn.
I'll give you guys some play-by-play. He just got a gold scar and a chug jug.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's watch this last game.
Damn, he's got 600 peeps in there. That's pretty. Oh, he's only going for a couple more minutes.
Yeah, 607.
He's the last guy alive, I think, in his squad.
Blitz. He's playing.
No.
Mode.
There must be something wrong with the kill thing because that guy's on his team.
Oh yeah, I can't see the last guy underneath his webcam. So he's popping a chug jug, even though he has 150 health already.
Yeah, interesting. And he also only has 38 shots in his AR. For those listening, he's now running down the mountain.
600 people. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think me and Jimmy played on Friday, and I think it got the highest it got to was only like 350, 400 maybe.
Well, I wonder if Facebook gave him a little something, like a little boosty boost.
So right now it closes faster.
He's in a gunfight. Let's see how he does. There's 2 guys coming out of the storm by Loot Lake. They're building up on him. He shot out their ramps. They're building more ramps.
He's only got 13 shots in his gun.
He's got to push with the shotgun. That's what he's doing.
Oh,
Yep,
get him, Jimmy. Get him, Jimmy.
He went way too high. They shot his ramps out. He's gonna try again. He's pushing underneath into the water.
Oh, they launch padded. They launch padded out of there.
They launch padded out. They bailed the fight.
He doesn't realize they're gone.
He does.
Oh, he hit him once.
He's not gonna hit their own launch pad. He's gonna push him in a different way. He's got 10 bullets. He's got 22 bullets combined in his shotgun and an AR.
Fucked.
Oh no! And I can hear him launch padding over him. Oh,
Should we go live? Should we go live? Listen in. He looks disturbed.
They have to come out too, Jim.
He
legit has 22 shots in his gun.
Oh, he better run.
He's got impact grenades.
Hey, whoa, this is weird. It just said Kyle Lockula is watching with you. And you just popped up, Kyle.
Do either of you have any AR? I have 10.
Hey, thanks for just fucking throwing my name out there. What the fuck, dude?
Please.
Yeah, everyone knows your name.
This is coming down to the wire, boys. We'll finish the show with this. 650 people in there.
Jimmy has added 100 people since we started watching here.
He is at 600.
He's going for some loot.
He is going for loot. There's 7 people left.
He's on a team of 2, correct?
It's 4v3.
How are
This or bust. I mean,
There's people speaking Spanish in his chat.
He
got a launch
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
He got no bullet.
He's got 1 round in his golden RPG. His teammate just went down.
No bullets.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got
he's
3
fucked.
Oh, he's done.
3 bullets left. Fires an RPG.
Run!
Blew up on a tree.
There he goes.
He's
Extremely
down.
high again.
So he said his teammate was down.
One of them is.
Oh.
He's pushing. He's got a guy right here. He's gonna take him out with a shotgun.
Oh no, 6. No.
Oh, he's got ammo.
Oh, he's up behind this guy.
He potatoed it.
He's potato.
Oh, he got him.
Build up, Jimmy. Build up,
How many
Jimmy.
people are left? 4? And he's on a team of 2?
It's 2v2.
But one of his guys is down, I believe.
Oh, he's gonna have to.
He's got a launch pad.
Oh, he's got full.
He's got full shield, but he needs health. He needs to drop that.
There's a cozy.
He needs to drop that cozy campfire.
He ain't got shit for. He's got 7 total bullets. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he just fucking scored 273.
He needs to hit that. He needs to hit that.
He needs the cozy campfire. I wish we could tell him.
Storm's coming. It's
Oh
gonna
no,
hurt
he's
you.
toast, dude.
Damn, dude, he's got 850.
Oh, he's done, dude.
He's got
died.
850 in there.
Oh my gosh, there's 830 people right now. Watch them just die in the storm.
Oh, you're ahead of us.
Oh, look at how sad he is.
Or you're ahead of me.
Oh, he is pissed.
His teammate's still alive though, I think.
Is he gonna get the
my
victory
God.
though?
I'm pissed right now.
Somebody who goes, this dude
man.
sucks.
Oh no.
Wow, what a noob. Why are they even streaming? So he must be getting, he must be boosted up on the Facebook thing because you see, like, there's just tons of people talking shit, trash. And they're like, they're saying, who is this guy? So he must be put up on some, like, Facebook's, like, gaming homepage.
He must be.
But are they going to get the victory? Or is his team dead?
His teammate's in a 1v1 right now.
Oh,
He sees him though. Jimmy's gonna get this dub though. He's gonna hit with the rockets. Oh, dude, his teammate is fucking terrible. His teammate is awful.
Oh, but he's in the storm. Just stay in the storm, dude. Get him.
He's fucked. Taking 10%.
Oh,
oh, he
won.
got it.
Did he?
Yeah, his teammate clutched it.
What the fuck am I so behind for?
Dude.
He got the Vic. Well, there you guys go. That's what Jimmy's doing.
There you go.
All right, I got to go to the fucking bank.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Today's show has been sponsored by My Blue. Remember to check it out in the description.
Oh, thumbnail.
Get yourselves 10% off.
Oh, yeah, get it on your thumbs. Oh yeah, they gave us ones that said "Dude Comedy."
That's badass.
Good. Adios, hasta luego, pentuatos, muy